And we are back on the final 100 meters of the race. um, the one thing that I did offline, and I should have done it actually before I trimmed the edges, was to apply double-sided tape on each side of your hinge. And you are going to apply the tape, hold on, because I actually had to cut this tape to size. I use from the big roll. And apply your tape all the way down to that score line that, like I said, we are just using for guidance only. We'll never bend on it, okay? So see, my tape is up to here. This goes on all your four hinges on back and forth. So let's put this on the side for the time being, because before we go ahead to glue it down, let's make some markings to help us and guide us so we can attach this as straight as possible. Now, on your hinge, on your spine, you're going to mark half an inch on the left and half an inch on the right. And your hinges will have to sit in between those half an inch markings. I'll need to do it differently because remember I have that extra pocket at the back. So while I'm going to mark along with you half an inch, so it's half an inch from the side of the spine, okay? And I already tested this marker. I'm using a marker because when I'm gonna have to mark here, this is, for leather, but in your case, use a pencil so you can erase the pencil lines once you're done. So I'm going to mark half an inch. Actually, at this point, you can remove these pieces because nothing is gonna get in there to glue down. So let's do half an inch. Make sure I'm nice and straight. So this is half an inch, okay? And I will continue on my project as well. That's all that's gonna stay visible. Now on this side, you also mark half an inch from the side of the spine. I am going to do a different marking for myself. So close your eyes here so we don't get confused. Oh yeah, this dries off on the, I really don't like that. It dries off and is no longer visible on the leather. So you guys on this side mark at half an inch. Sometimes I feel like somehow I feel that I'm not straight, so just making sure I'm nice and straight. Actually, I'm gonna leave it here. And then from the base of your spine, mark half an inch across like this, across the spine. Oops. I need to stay away from that glare. This marker, once it dries off, is no longer visible on the leather. So I want to see if I can use something else. To test. Now I want to make sure that this will dry, this will also come off once it's dry. I know this will come off because these markers are from my daughter's collection and they are water washable, but I'm not sure about these gel pens. Yep, it is washable. Okay, good to know. So then I'm going to use this gel pen to mark half an inch. You use pencil, please, if you're using paper or craft text. And here is the, no, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. I'm running so much out of space with this project around here that everything keeps, luckily I'm at the end of it. So what I'm going to do, because the marker dried off and I need to see where is my marking lines. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn this around because I want to work on the 1/2 inch side. So, oh my God, everything is falling off. And I also needed to make space on the table because of this big. You know what? Since I'm not using this side as a, oh, and I have no, sorry about that. Okay, and I got red fingers. Been caught red-handed. So I'm going to do it on the other side. I want to have the 1/2 inch on the left, so we work together on that. So in my case, my hinges will be in between these lines, okay? But remember, you're gonna draw 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch here, okay? Just to help you stay as straight as possible, because if your hinge is crooked, your pages are going to be crooked too. Okay. So remember when we apply this, we made it in such a way so when we remove this, only the hinges are exposed, right? So I'm going to take advantage of that to have further help me. And like this, I can put this down, whatever I want, make sure it's nice and straight before I go ahead and glue down anything. So I'm making sure that my hinges are in between those two lines, which they are, at least at this end. And also because I'm working on leather, I can, if something doesn't fall right or doesn't feel right, I can always pull it up, which is great. So making sure I'm nice and straight in between our markings. So I'm good at this end and I'm ready to let it down. I'm not burnishing it yet. But what I've just realized, there is some double-sided tape hanging here. Okay. So this looks nice and straight. I'm going to check to see how it looks on the other side. I'm gonna use my ruler as a guidance. This is weird. If this is 11 and those are 12, huh? It is 11, right? Yeah. I'm getting a little bit more space here than there, which is rather strange. know I'm at a half an inch here, but if I have room for more, come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. There you go. Just make sure I'm nice and straight. God, this roller is so tough to see on black. I hope I am, because I'm getting also so much glare. I think I'm straight. Okay, now let's turn this around and let's make sure I'm straight here as well. And it looks like I am. And now I'm ready to glue it down. Great. Now be very careful when you come in your cardstock. Make sure that you push the cardstock in that groove, okay? And be very careful because the cardstock may crack. Okay, so now I'll try and remove the back taping. I didn't say it was going to be easy, but it does help. Alright, I'm not gonna remove it all the way through, only up to a certain point, so that it allows me to press it down and then get your bone folder and be ready to push it down in that groove. To resist, because this is a very thick cardstock. Oh boy, but does it resist this one? Let me see if I try to bend it, will that help? Slowly. Please don't crack, I beg you, don't crack. My God, this one is stubborn. Everything was going so well up to this point. Trying to create a score line with my bone folder to help the paper to easy. Very, very easy. There is absolutely no rush. We are not going anywhere. I'm pushing very slowly in there. Okay, and at this point, I'm ready to glue everything down. Don't stretch the paper. Let the paper make the contact with the, and actually it's good if you could bring it up and then stroke the paper like this towards the exit of the album. Okay, so right now my paper is not fully glued down. Look, see, I just let it sit on my project on the cover, and now I'm bending it slowly while I'm using my hand inside to bring it like that. Let the paper sit relaxed. Take the shape of your project. I'm very gentle, I'm not pushing hard in this groove. But now you can see how much it helps to have your double-sided tape all the way, just enough to be at the on the back side, of course, by the hinges, so that you don't worry about this part until you are ready to actually work on it. I know in this case I wanted, because it's still going to be a very heavy book, I wanted this to be all the way up, right? Because normally I would say like 3 inches in from the spine should be fine for any other album. But in this case, it's different. Okay, that's one side. Now let's go for the kill on the other side. So once again, I'm going to remove just a little bit from the tape. This is a very thick cardstock, and adding this good double-sided tape, of course, it fights against it, which makes it even thicker. So once again, I am going to take my time with this. Let's go the other way now. So now I'm bringing the spine over. As you can see, this is not fully glued down because the backing is still there. We don't want that yet to happen. We want to make sure that the cardstock sits nice and relaxed inside that groove. Okay. I'm pushing here, but I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I'm being very gentle. I let the paper tell me what it wants to do. Okay. You should be able to play with this like this with no problem. Same with this side. So now I think I'm ready to put everything down. Once again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this up, and while it's in the bend position, I'm still holding the paper not to glue down. I just want to push this out of the way for a second. So while I'm pushing down on this, I let the paper go. The paper is still not glued down yet. and then I'm going to use my hand from the base like this, okay, gently. Okay. Sorry about this, I don't have any wet wipes with me, and I want to wipe this before I forget about it and maybe get even more inside the material, and then it's not going to come off anymore. Okay, that's one side. The other side doesn't require any cleaning. Okay, so this is it, guys. Now we're ready to put in our pages. Yahoo! And let's see. I'm able to see it like this. Yep. Yeah, don't mind this. There's nothing I can do about it. It bubbled up, it bubbled up. What can you do? Okay, but the ones left with bubbles is my front cover. Just want to see the spine from here. Oh, looks nice. Nice and clean spine. So that 1/4 of an inch is part of the spine, not of the covers. Okay. I think the part that I'm afraid the most, honestly, it's adding the pages. I don't know why I'm really scared of adding the pages. Okay. Let's clean up. Taking this out of the way, and this will sit like this. I think I'm gonna have to use a little bit of alcohol here, still a little bit of red in the background. Alrighty, so on the back cover, I'm gonna have this. Of course, I'm going to matte, but this is going to sit here. Okay, but let's put this on the side for the time being. Where I need space, more space, please. And let's start with the back cover, which start with the last page of your album, of course. Make sure you are in the right direction. Don't glue them the wrong way, because then you're gonna regret it. Because once it's in, it's in. Okay, this looks fine to me. I'm scared. Okay, so this is the big moment. Remove the tape backing, and for this I'm gonna use like a little bit of super glue. I hope I'm not going to regret the decision. Let me have some wax paper handy just in case. Where's the scissors? Put it there. Oh guys, fingers crossed for me, please. This is the moment of truth. Some super glue. Just like a thin line in the middle, if there is any left. Okay. Alright, the super glue is finished. I can even see the difference. Like, you know, when I would apply the other double-sided tape, I could see the paper through just fine. This one, it goes to show how thick oh god, this doesn't wanna, I got in a bubble of air or something, in a bubble. This one, the paper is cloudy because it's got such a thick. Oh boy, this is it. Let's make sure I'm on the right page once again. Yep, this is the last page. Yes, it is. I'm in the right direction. Here is my pocket through where I'm gonna go in for the kill. And wish me the best of luck, guys. Be nice and straight. Don't let anything fool you. And press it down. And stay there. Do not move a muscle. Don't let anything fool you. The super glue part is optional, so the wet glue part is optional. You can go straight with just your double-sided tape, because these pages are so heavy. Keep it there, do not move. Actually, what I would like to do is to put this. No, I'm not going to mess up with it. I'll leave it. I'll leave it, I'll leave it, I'll leave it. I got a little bit of glue that was here, but I'm okay with that. Okay. And now I got spec on my fingers. Let's make sure we are all good on the other side. Okay. Wow. I'm glad I checked now. I kind of wanted to leave the hinges black, but I guess now I'm forced to actually dress them in designer paper because some super glue was out, and that's okay. All right, so far all good. Next page. Let's make sure that when I pick up the correct page. So I'm gonna need this. So this matches this, yes. Okay. So again, just a line through the middle. Just a little bit here at the end because the tape came off there. Okay. So let's make sure I'm grabbing the right page. This faces this is the same. I'm putting it like this. The pocket is open already. The fact that it's so embellished, those pockets open by themselves, which is great. Right now, shh, let's not say, let's not talk. This one is giving me issues. Okay, and go for it. My family doesn't like it when I try to concentrate. Say, shh, not talking. They think I'm rude. I'm trying to concentrate. I'm not rude. Especially the little one. Oh God, she's 8 years old. But I swear, they learned to school about Constitution. And once I was trying to concentrate, and she was going in the background, taka 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 taka. And I said, Jackie, please, a little bit of peace and quiet. I need to concentrate. And she's like, it's a free country. I can say whatever I want. It's in the Constitution. I swear kids nowadays, they give you answers that they leave you speechless. Okay, I'm just turning it a little bit to make sure it's nicely glued on this side as well. Because these pages are so thick that they may glue on one side, but the pressure is not enough to glue them on both sides. Okay. George, go. No heart attack, please. Okay, let's make sure I'm picking up the right page here with the right direction. Yes, this is it. Yep. Okay. And guys, like I said, it's your choice whether or not you want to make those inside the photo mats that goes inside those pockets. I'm going to close mine. I'm not adding anything anymore to this album. It's heavy as it is. It's giving me a heart attack, and I'm praying that will last the taste of time too. Because people spend money on this. They trust your work. That's why you get the orders, and you want your customers to be happy with your work. They want something unique. They want something that oh boy, I about to glue this the wrong way. They want something unique. They want something that will last a test of time. Because otherwise, what will be the difference between you and going to Hallmark or Tiffany and get something? Okay, this one it's a little bit of an issue because of that page pulling down. And I hope that this is going in the right place. God, seriously. Oof. I think I'm good. Yes. All right. Another one bites the dust. One more, one more, one more, one more. Just making sure that it's also glued on this side. This is not good what I'm doing right now, but because these are so thick, because when you glue it down, it's supposed to glue like this, so it stays like this. Something is holding something and I don't know what. Okay. Oh my god, what's the time? 3:30, okay. And the last one, oops. The last heart attack for the day, I hope. Oh, come on. Sorry, but I just don't want to be done with this. And the last page, just like this. Don't go in too much. You should stop right there. Turn it, turn it, turn it. Okay, this is my bad because, oh god, it had to be the last one, right? The good news is not bulky, but let's see once I put this in here just for, nope, it's perfect, guys. Yay. So I'm gonna let it like this too. I'm not gonna move it. I'm gonna let it here too. relax and everything to dry, and hopefully I'll have no problems with it. But I just want to show you that it doesn't raise, so everything fits nicely in there. So the way we calculated the binding was perfect. Okay, and for future, when you calculate binding, like I said, measure up the stacks, of your already, how do you call it, decorated pages. And sometimes to guesstimate at least, let's say you want to have half an inch, but when you measure your stack, like you want to have half an inch space gussets, but then when you measure a stack, that's not going to work. What you do, take the number you get. Okay, like for example, in this case, if you get the 2 3/4 and you divide that by 4, you are going to get 11/16. Guess what? 11/16 plus a 16th equals 3/4 of an inch, which means that in this case, we have used the correct, but that's another way to check, to see if the size you chose for your gussets will be good for your project. Okay, so this is for now. I'm gonna leave this here to relax a little bit so the papers get used to this position, and then we'll come back. When I come back, I'll show you how I decorated the inside covers, uh, that the pocket will already be glued down, and I'll also decorate inside the, that will also give them more strength, right? I will decorate the gussets as well as the part of the hinges that are visible. See you guys, and thank you so much for your patience on this. Have a good day. Bye bye.